Yama, it's Jack. Let's take a look at what's in the news. From busker to award winner, all in the same year, Tones and I cleaned up at the ARIA Awards. She says she's not your traditional girly performer. Instead, her success is all about being true to yourself.
So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh.
And the ARIA for Best Female goes to Tones and I.
Tones and I.
Taking home 4 of the 6 ARIAs she was nominated for, Tones and I was a little unprepared.
I only wrote one speech.
Her hit Dance Monkey is the longest running #1 in ARIA chart history, and during one of her acceptance speeches, she said she thinks the Aussie music industry is changing.
Not into makeup or dresses or typically girly things, but to me those things don't really define what it is to be a female artist in this industry anymore.
But of course, she wasn't the only winner. Host Guy Sebastian won Song of the Year for Choir. And Hilltop Hoods won Best Aussie Live Act. But the event didn't go off without a typical awards night hiccup.
We were given the wrong envelope. This is a classic.
And now you've got Dance Monkey stuck in your head. Soz about it.
Last night, the country's best young footballers were in the Gold Coast for the AFL draft. That's when footy clubs select the best unsigned players, usually young guys who've never played in the AFL before. Matt Rowell went number 1, while his best mate, Noah Anderson, went after that. It's the first time ever that the top 2 picks have come from the same school. But I think they still go to different hairdressers. Now, there's 3 things you need to be Instafamous: originality, creativity, and a sense of style. Luckily, a guy in the US is ticking all those boxes. Sam Barsky is an artist, knitter, and fashionista who is racking up the followers on Instagram. Sam knits famous landmarks or scenery from all over the world, and then goes and visits those places.
And then I saw a picture of the Tower Bridge in London in a magazine, and I thought, oh, that could be a perfect sweater.
Since then, he's visited heaps of places, like Venice, the Grand Canyon, and even the Eiffel Tower. Well, kind of. Up next, we're going to visit a school with a very special veggie garden. It's full of native plants they use to put an Aussie twist on some classic dishes.
Well, this is our Indigenous edible garden. We have lots of Indigenous plants that we like to use for cooking. We look after the plants and plants and plants. It's really fun to get your hands dirty.
So what is this?
This is a lot of greens. They're a type of spinach. They grow like a lot.
The garden also includes stacks of other native foods, like lemon-scented grass, wattle seed, and old man saltbush. They're just some of the almost 6,500 different types of native foods or bush tucker our country has to offer. In the past few years, the bush tucker industry has really taken off, with things like Kakadu plum yogurt, bush apples, and goat's cheese coated in lemon myrtle and green ant crumb. Delish! Now, a group of scientists from the University of Queensland reckon it's time Aussies embrace the native foods our country has to offer.
But it means that we get to reinforce that information for ourselves and then share that passion.
And on that note, I think it's time to eat. Today is Thanksgiving in America, so we thought it'd be nice to bring some stories of people and animals giving big thanks. Well, it's just about that time of year a giant Pikachu, Snoopy, and other giant inflatable things take over the streets of New York for the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's been going for around 93 years, and everyone's very thankful that it exists.
I love them because they're so huge and they look so cool.
Some very lucky lemurs at a zoo in the US have given thanks for an early Thanksgiving feast, complete with all the trimmings: turkey, pumpkin and sweet potato pie, and gelatin topped with dried cranberry. Meanwhile, US astronauts on board the International Space Station had a, less decadent Thanksgiving feast in space form.
There's the winner, the turkey.
And of course, smoked turkey in a pouch.
Thanks, NASA. And thank you for watching. We'll be back with more news tomorrow, and in the meantime, you can like and subscribe. We'd be very thankful for that.